Everything is melting down.
Everything is melting down.
Well, maybe not Bitcoin.
It is
Everything else is melting down.
It's disastrous out there. Bloodbath. Alt season canceled.
Alt season canceled.
It was peak.
This was peak.
Lil Pump getting the tattoo on his
This
forehead.
was peak. I said it. We're in that ugly phase of sideways downwards movement.
Yeah.
Until we don't break that, not much is going to happen. Just to add this, the cycle has slowed down quite a bit since halvening.
What do you mean by slowed down? Like the volume has been slow.
In terms of, we got to 73,000 very quickly.
Yeah.
In terms of the time frame after approval and everything, we got there very fast. Having happened, and we've been in this range for quite a while now after halvening, which is very typical, but not expected since of that big push. Welcome back
To another week
of Sometimes Crypto.
your favorite crypto podcast.
Oh, my fault. I messed it up. In-person jitters, I guess.
I just fucking keep on going at this point.
Well, there goes the algorithm.
Doesn't matter if it's what's it called?
Irregardless.
It doesn't matter if it's not
Irregardless.
not right. So we're not redoing this one.
That's fine. Everything is melting down.
Everything is melting down.
Well, maybe not Bitcoin.
It is
Everything else is melting
It's
down.
disastrous out there. Bloodbath.
This is the title. Clickbaiting the fuck out of it.
Okay.
Alt season canceled.
Alt season canceled.
Alt season canceled. Pure clickbait.
You heard it here first. William said it.
Alt season canceled.
That's it.
We're not doing it. This was peak.
It was peak.
This was peak.
Lil Pump getting the tattoo on his
This
forehead.
was peak. I said it. It was peak.
That's it. Crypto.
We're done.
Crypto's
over.
It's done.
We're canceled this year.
Where's
It's all a joke.
where's this bloodbath coming from, William? What's going on? Which one's hurting you the most?
Which one isn't hurting me the most? Which one isn't?
Yeah.
You know, remember when you tell you buy the dip, but then you buy the dip and it keeps on dipping, and you buy that dip, but it still keeps on dipping? You're like...
And then you're like, I'm running out of funds.
Out of funds.
There's not much dip I could buy.
ran out. I'm out. No more cash. We're cash poor. We're actually just down now. We're just losing money at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Everything I bought's down at this point.
It's the wild, wild west out here.
It's worse than the Wild Wild West. They had at least rules. You do a duel, you take 10 steps, 10 paces, you shoot. We don't even got that.
Oh. You're just like pulling your pants down over here and turning it around. These crypto markets are not fun. They're not fun.
No.
We laugh to hide our pain and suffering because...
And we cut our veins because of it. I lied.
That's not true.
That's not true. We got no... I'm sorry.
No, man. Yeah, the algorithm's definitely shot for this episode.
And we're starting off so well.
Okay, William. Let's talk about it. There's obviously a bloodbath, except for Bitcoin. Bitcoin's kind of holding its.
You remember when you make fun of Bitcoin Maxi saying that's all you buy? I wish I was them sometimes. That's all I should buy.
It's called about a store of value.
Sometimes that's what you want to buy.
Yeah. I mean, there's not that much profit in there though.
There's plenty of profits right now. You.
Okay. So Bitcoin's up then.
Is that 64?
Relative to
alts? Yes.
Relative to
Bitcoin as well.
alts.
Bitcoin from all-time highs is like 10% off. Alts from their recent peak all-time high are 60-80% down.
Wow. That's a hell of a discount. If any of them survive. Because that's a plunge down.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's not fun out here. But it's okay. We'll be back.
We'll be back. I'm pulling up the CoinMarketCap to see if I can find the greed and fear index. Oof.
It's greedy.
No.
No?
It's 52.
For which one?
Fear and greed index says neutral.
For CoinMarketCap?
CoinMarketCap.
Okay, that one's different.
It says neutral.
But that's a different one.
We talked about this, yeah.
Yeah, because that one, the CoinMarketCap Fear and Greed Index accounts for the entire market.
Mm-hmm.
Versus there's another Fear and Greed Index that only accounts for Bitcoin.
Oh, okay.
And Bitcoin's greedy.
Oh, really?
Because Bitcoin hasn't had the pain the rest of the market has.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm trying to see if I can find that one.
Yeah, just look up fear and greed index by itself, and it should come up.
Okay, yeah, I see one that says sitting at greed for 60.
That's just the Bitcoin one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is coin stats.
Also, to be fair, 50% being we're at 50 neutral is also kind of like not true.
What do you mean?
There is pain in the market.
There is pain. There is pain for sure.
Just to give numbers, right off my top of my dome, you had Sol 210. It's sitting at 133, 130.
Sol is serving 133 and 83 cents.
Yeah. You had Phantom from a local peak of $1.20, $1.10, sitting at 54 cents.
Phantom?
Yes. FTM.
55 cents right now.
Oh, look.
It's back up. But yeah, we do have
just
some.
name a few.
Solana seems like it's bad. Doge's down 11% in the week.
Yeah, I was talking about from local.
What do you mean local?
Local peak.
Peak.
Yeah, Doge went from 17 or almost 19 back to 11.
So when you say local, you're talking about like
Recent.
Is a week not recent?
No. Local peak is local. When you say local peak, it's the current market cycle, like the current cycle. Current cycle, all-time high.
Okay, so let's see. How can I find the largest losers? The largest losers today are Layer 0.
Yeah, ZRO.
ZRO, yeah.
That one's new, though. That one's just dropped. Right now, it's actually cheaper than when the VCs bought into it.
Oh, wow.
So it's actually like at a steal.
It's at a steal price.
Compared to like where VCs got it.
VCs overpaid for their zero.
Yo, motherfucker, I said my camera had battery, or I lost a little thingy. I like causing him pain. He caused me pain, I caused him pain.
I told William, I was like, we need to charge this thing.
I'm like, nah, it's good. I mean, it has a good amount.
Oh, Notcoin is down 14% in a week.
Also, yeah.
Yeah, that's bleeding for sure, because we were talking about that not too long ago, and it was all rainbows and sunshines for Notcoin. Optimism looks like it's
also bleeding.
Bleeding, sitting at $1.83.
It's all bleeding. I'm telling you, everything went down.
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin went down and dominance spiked.
Bitcoin dominance through the roof.
Sadly.
For the non-Bitcoin maxis.
Correct.
For the crypto folk out there.
Correct.
That's you.
But yeah, market's taking a dump. Really good buying opportunity for those who have dry powder. Good opportunity for those who have garbage positions to either switch out or just deal with the pain.
Dry powder?
Dry powder, cash.
Oh. For some reason, I thought you were referring to like cocaine.
No.
I don't understand why.
I don't know why you would think that either too. But
dry. No. Okay, whatever. Cash, cocaine.
Yeah.
I feel like they go hand in hand.
So what I saw was that part of the issue this cycle, or that we're currently seeing in the cycle, is the amount of tokens there are, and the amount of money that has come in.
Okay, a lot of tokens.
So from the last cycle, we had about 400,000 tokens in general. This cycle, we have 2 million plus.
Yeah, significantly more.
So that whole dry powder thing is. The amount of money needed to inject to the entire market is much higher now than it did before because it spreads more.
It spreads more, yeah.
There's more tokens to go to. Like in the last, let's say 2 months, there have been 10 to 20.
The gambling risk is higher now.
Not even the gambling. I'm just saying like actual good tokens. Their 10 tokens have dropped in the last 2 months.
Yeah.
That actually have use cases and are built on other promising.
Yeah, the majority of it's all shitcoins now. Because there's so many tokens. The likelihood of the one that's actually going to be good and like you finding that one that's going to take off is much harder. It's like a needle in a haystack.
I don't know how you're trying to. I think we're trying to say the same thing, but you're saying it a little differently.
I'm almost certain we're on the same page.
It's one of those. I don't. Yeah. I want to argue with him, but I know what he's trying to say.
There's a lot of tokens right now, right, William?
But I'm saying all those tokens are also useful.
I'm not saying all of them are trash.
Okay.
There are some good ones in there.
Yes.
By
But
some,
there are a lot of shit coins.
there's a lot of shit coins.
Correct. That goes to XRP and ADA. Just to be fair.
Being shit coins?
Yes.
Okay. ADA and XRP eliminated. Why? There's a lot of people
Hasn't
rooting for
moved.
it.
They're both stable coins at this point.
They're both stable coins. They're not doing any volume. The one that I know for a fact is absolute garbage is Pi.
What?
Pi.
What's that?
It's some stupid network that I've heard. It's, you know what? It's kind of like Notcoin. People just go
It's
in.
a gaming token?
No, it's not a gaming token.
Notcoin's a gaming
But
token.
like Notcoin, you go in and you start clicking something, right?
That's for the airdrop.
That was just for the airdrop?
Yeah, I don't know what it does now, actually.
Okay.
If I'm honest with you, I have no idea what it does now.
Okay, Pi is pretty much just that. Going in, clicking, you get a certain amount of clicks per day, and logging out. Then going
Okay.
back in, clicking. And I've never downloaded it because I was like, it's ridiculous. But I've heard people say, oh no, you get points for referring people. It kind of seems like a MLM for crypto.
A what?
Multi-layered marketing scheme.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm like, you refer people, they get coins,
Yeah.
you get coins for the referring them, and then these coins amount to nothing. At the end of the day, all you're doing is giving them your information. Maybe they might be giving you some ads while you're clicking on this button,
Gotcha.
with the promise of these coins coming out and having value in the future.
Gotcha.
So yeah, Pi network is trash and worthless.
Okay, well then. We know they're not our friends either now.
They're not my friends for sure.
Okay, look at that.
I'm sorry for that rant.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So what the current sets, from what I see on crypto Twitter, is the current sentiment in the market is there's a lot of tokens and there isn't enough money coming in to sustain all of it.
Mm-hmm.
And what's starting to happen is you have to take a lot of funds out from the ones you're already in to feed the others.
And then
It drops the value of the ones you're in.
Exactly. Makes it more competitive. There's more competition.
I wouldn't say that either.
No?
I mean, there's 2 million tokens. I don't know if it's competition or just like shilling left and right.
Well, but that's what I mean. Like competition in terms of like keeping everyone's attention and keeping the funds allocated in a specific. That's what I mean.
Yeah, you can say that.
Competition. Because now there's more tokens and more networks out there claiming to do something but unlikely to do so. So you have to keep people's attention in this very short term attention span.
And it's very it's currently the
sentiment
in the market is also it's everything that's being done is it's for attention grabbing or grabbing attention and trying to just keep it there as long as possible to keep your value there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds accurate.
Honestly, like right now, I'm in the point of state of mind is I haven't done it. Like all the ones I'm losing money on is just putting on the ones I haven't lost money on. Just been like, these are it.
The other ones dropped.
All the ones I'm down like 80%, which are a few. Like actually does hurt because these are all promising. Like when I first buy,
just don't sell them. Just don't sell them.
I can name names. Dog. It sucks. Like it's
William. All I heard was you do not sell shit coins for nothing.
But if I sell it for nothing and get on a rocket ship instead,
you wait until those shit coins rocket.
Yeah, but what if everything else already rocketed further?
That's why you gotta not exit those positions either.
But I'm up. I think
this is not investment values, guys. This
isn't. But that's like saying like I take whatever's left. Let's give numbers.
$300.
I was gonna give bigger. Let's say you have your initial investment was 1,000. It wasn't. It was close, but not 1,000.
Okay.
Right. It's down to let's say
$20.
$200.
Okay, so you're not losing that much.
Okay.
It's not that bad.
It's from 1,000 to 200.
I've seen worse, William.
I mean, if you bought a meme coin, I guess those are worse. You're right. But you can put those leftover 200, sell the bag of garbage into something that will bounce when the market bounces at the same time.
Yeah.
And won't have a delay bounce, a delayed movement. And you added at a cheap level to those pre-existing positions and just added more funds.
Mm-hmm.
So That's a. I probably won't sell, or I'll sell half, or I'll sell something, or I won't. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the current.
It's all decision making.
It's all like pain at this point.
Whenever you're sitting in front of the computer and looking at the charts and seeing what you want to do.
Also, to be fair, just so everyone's aware here, Bitcoin hasn't sneezed.
Bitcoin hasn't sneezed?
It's right now in the middle of a range.
Mm-hmm.
Of the ranges 71 to 72,000, all the way down to 58 to 55. I'm not mistaken.
Yep. Yeah, that sounds about
the range, right?
That sounds about right.
We're currently in the middle. We're at 64,000.
Yeah, we're like dead middle. Like
if Bitcoin decides to go a chew and drop,
bloodbath.
Hold yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't watch the news.
Don't watch the news. Just
because it will be
best,
ugly.
Yeah, at that point, the best thing
turn off notifications.
It's just don't look at anything.
If you're on leverage or in a margin position or whatever,
take your losses.
You might want to cut it. Or if you have money to buy more, you might want to immediately have orders down below.
Yeah.
If it decides to sneeze, which is a very big possibility.
Yeah, it's definitely possible. Definitely possible. Bitcoin's known for its
sneezing.
Yeah. Yeah, but like the there's like kind of like two ranges like of what you said, like 59 to 72. It's kind of like the lower half of that range and then the upper half of that range, and it's kind of like bouncing between those.
It's in the middle. The range I'm looking at it is the top. The current peak 73,000. Let's say the range is a little lower at 72,000, all the way down to 56,000. And we're currently at 65. We're 10 grand below. If it decides to sneeze back down to 60, which is very likely, it's a very possible number, hold yourself. Especially if dominance decides to go up and not down.
If dominance decides to go up?
Yeah. It means more money is leaving altcoins and all the rest of the market and going into Bitcoin.
And then if it sneezes?
That 10% move down for Bitcoin is a 30% move for alts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's typically how it is.
On to some brighter news. Michael Saylor.
We talked about Michael Saylor recently.
Oh.
Like 2 weeks ago?
We always talk about Michael Saylor.
Yeah, pretty much.
He is Bitcoin daddy.
He is the Bitcoin daddy.
They completed their next round of funding for Bitcoin. $800 million were purchased.
MicroStrategy offering exchangeable notes, senior notes
at a 2%.
The crazy part is
annual rate.
The initial amount for that offering was supposed to be $500 million.
Yep.
And even immediately after they announced $500 million, they were like, you know what? No, we gotta up this because there was a small dip in Bitcoin at that time, and they raised it up to $700 million. But they just finished closing that funding round, and they ended up selling $800 million worth of notes.
Yeah. My thing is was that them going for 800, or was that or was that people just being like, we'll buy more?
I'm pretty sure it was the former, the latter. I mean, the latter.
Gotcha.
Yeah, more people just being, I want more. Can you? And then they're like, you know what? Fine.
Fuck it.
Fine.
Yeah, we'll give it up.
It's Bitcoin. So they're currently sitting at.
How much Bitcoin do they hold?
226,331 Bitcoins.
Nice.
Valued at about maybe just a little bit less of short of $15 billion, which is.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, that's a lot of money.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, they acquired almost 12,000 Bitcoin, 11.9 thousand Bitcoin was purchased.
A whale today also bought 6,000 Bitcoin.
Oh yeah? Did you know which whale? Just a random whale.
I think it was a random whale. I have it on my Twitter somewhere. It didn't specify what the whale was. It seemed like some random whale who bought about 6,000 Bitcoin and hasn't bought Bitcoin since 2022 at 19.
Oh, wow. So they just bought more now.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, I saw somewhere. I wish I had the link for this so I could pull it back up. But that some whale had recently actually sold some Bitcoin to exchanges. Saw some funds leaving their Bitcoin wallet to exchange wallets. So they're likely looking to drop some of that into the market. I'm gonna see if I can find the link. I can't make any promises though.
Oh, this just came out. I was checking its Twitter for something else. It goes, it's Bitcoin Magazine, saying RFK will also pardon Ross Ulbricht, Silk Road founder.
Oh wow! So Bitcoin Magazine.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting that you mentioned that. So RFK just announced it.
This happened 2 hours ago. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we talked about
Fighting over. RFK and Trump are fighting over who's the Bitcoin vote because Biden lost it.
Yeah, Biden definitely lost it. No crypto advocate, no Bitcoin advocate's going to be voting for Biden strictly. If they're voting
for like, if that's their only reason to vote,
yeah,
they're not voting for him at this point.
Yeah. If that's the only reason to vote, correct. But RFK is going to be at Nashville for the Bitcoin conference.
Yeah,
which I believe is the 25th. 26th and 27th of July.
Of July?
Yeah.
Nice.
And recently, we talked about this a couple episodes ago about how Trump addressed the Libertarian Party, that's where he said that he was going to free Ross Ulbricht. And just recently, Trump had a fundraising type of gala dinner with his NFT holders.
Yeah.
Where a lot of people who are prominent in the crypto space were likely attending. And I don't know if this guy won or not. I would assume he did because they asked him a question, and this guy being David Bailey, the CEO of Bitcoin Magazine. Someone was asking him in a Twitter space, "Oh, do you think Trump will hodl Bitcoin?" Because Trump made one announcement for sure where he said he wants all the remaining Bitcoin to be mined in the U.S.
We talked about that.
Yeah, you mentioned that.
So is that the same gala?
Yeah, like at the same thing probably. Which I have another statement to say about someone else who said something about that statement, but essentially David Bailey said in response to this question about will Trump hodl Bitcoin, says that at the bare minimum, the idea is to Trump putting in a time lock for the 210,000 Bitcoin that America currently has from the seizure of Ross Ulbricht, or like not Ross Ulbricht, but of Silk Road Bitcoin. Putting in a 100-year time lock on this would be an insane amount of time. Essentially pegging the dollar to Bitcoin.
But it's not.
It can.
But you can't.
If it's locked in, you could say, okay, so
it just means you can't sell it. But you will still be able to attach things to it. I'm just asking a question.
Yeah, so you know what? You're right. It's not. You can't necessarily say it's pegged because you can't exchange it
exactly
for it. That is true, but if you have a certain amount of dollars in circulation, you control how much dollars are in circulation and how much Bitcoin you hold, then to a degree, it wouldn't. They wouldn't. Yes, you could, but they can do that now without having it backed by anything either. True.
You can always control the supply, right?
You could always control the supply, but you can't control the supply of how much you're holding.
Of what?
Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Like, it's not as easy to hold, let's say, 210,000 Bitcoin for 10 years if you don't put in a 10-year time lock, because presidency terms tend to be for 4 to 8 years. So if a new president comes in, they could just say, you know what, dump the Bitcoin. Putting a time lock for 100 years means America is forced to hold this Bitcoin for 100 years.
Yeah, but I'm saying
there's no,
you can't use it.
There's no peg. Yeah, there's no actual peg to the dollar. Yeah, it's more so like a.
It would be similar to
like
what MicroStrategies is.
It's kind of like a bond. Like locking up gold, saying, "Oh, we're not going to use this. It's a savings account. We're saving this up for later, future use."
100 years from now use.
100 years from now use. Yeah.
Fair.
When the last Bitcoin is about to be mined.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, when people are fighting every 10 minutes for, I don't know, 2, 4, 8, like 16 Satoshis, we're going to have 210,000 locked up, ready to go.
Fair.
Like that seems interesting. Like worst case scenario, America is at the brink of collapse in terms of finance 100 years from now. Probably going to be way sooner than that. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. 100, like it won't be able to save us.
Yeah, it's probably too far out. Maybe 50 years.
That's what I was thinking.
Maybe 50 years might be good. 100 years, but whatever. So then David goes on and saying that it should look good for Hollywood. And I quote, he goes, "Think of the origin story. These coins would be from Silk Road. Ross Ulbricht hands America 1% of the Bitcoin supply. Trump locks it for future generations and pardons Ross Ulbricht. Silk Road saves America." And like he's like, you couldn't make this stuff up.
You can tell he's the owner of of Bitcoin magazine.
Yeah, you could tell he does a lot of fantasizing of Bitcoin.
There's a lot of salationists there. He's better than us for sure. You can tell, huh?
Yeah. So he then said that Trump is aware of the possibility in which it could completely change the world order. Crazy.
I don't think so.
It's
because he's a real estate guy and
Trump?
A dollar person. Yeah.
Trump is definitely a dollar person and a real estate guy. Yeah.
So him saying that is like going against
what he knows.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Not saying it's one or the other. I'm just saying he also hasn't said, "Oh, we do both."
Mm-hmm. What do you mean that we do both?
Like he hasn't said, "Oh, we also own Bitcoin." Like why isn't he doing the micro strategies play?
Mm-hmm.
If that were the case.
Yeah. It
would make the most sense.
And so then going back to the other thing that I wanted to mention, this guy from Coin Bureau was kind of like that is his name. That is his name, guy.
That's his name.
He was kind of like flaming Trump for saying that he's like, oh, Trump wants to mine the rest of the remaining Bitcoin here in the U.S. And he goes, oh, that's obviously bad because that's centralization in U.S. And at the same time, I was like, well, obviously that's centralization. That's not going to happen. It's like Trump saying we're going to mine all the oil in the U.S. Like you can't mine oil from Saudi Arabia in the U.S. That's not impossible. So I felt like
you can mine all the Bitcoin in the U.S.
You can. That is correct.
Well, he also said all the remaining.
Mm-hmm. Remaining Bitcoin, correct. He said the remaining Bitcoin, but like the likelihood of that happening is next to none.
That's not true. That's one bill away of it.
That's one bill away.
That's one bill away. That's literally a bill saying for future startup and mining corporations, we will give you a government-backed loan. All you have to do is show us a plan, how you'll do it, where you're going to do it, where's the energy, and a cost basis, and we'll provide you 100% funding on a 30-year or a 10-year
0% interest.
No, not 0%. Let's give 5%, and the first 5 years you don't pay the loan. You pay the remaining 5. I can't pronounce the word.
Yeah, but then essentially someone else would just come up in another state in another country and be like, "Yo, I'm gonna start mining Bitcoin." Solo Bitcoin miners could mine Bitcoin too.
Yeah, but the incentivization for it is
of course. No, we could dramatically swing it over here.
That's the thing.
That is true.
That's what I'm saying.
But the likelihood of all the remaining Bitcoin being mined over here is next to zero.
Clearly, he obviously knows it's not going to be 100%. What I'm arguing
so that's why that's pretty much like my sentiment.
Or we're doing that thing.
It was just
we're both saying the same thing, but we're not.
No. My sentiment was with Guy saying, he's like, bro, obviously he doesn't mean that literally. Yeah. Like that. But then he goes on further and saying, oh, he knows nothing about crypto because to make a statement like this is ridiculous, but like everything he says is ridiculous. For the most part. So like I feel like with that guy, you gotta with Trump, you gotta like kind of read between the lines sometimes.
Yeah, what he's saying is bring the remaining.
He wants to bring people over
more
here
mining to the
U.S. Which to reach that goal of the remaining Bitcoin
which is one bill away.
William thinks it's 1 bill away.
It really is.
To bring more miners.
It's 1 bill
Yeah,
away.
it is.
Tell me you wouldn't go for it. You wouldn't make a plan of that.
I'm gonna start mining it. If that bill comes out, I'm gonna start a mining business.
Like it's 1 bill away.
100%. Yeah, it is definitely 1 bill away. But yeah, my sentiment with Guy making that statement, I was like, that's kind of far fetched.
Yeah.
I was like, I understand having.
He's also in Dubai.
I understand. No, I understand like having a platform where you want to be neutral and like not pick any sides.
No, I think he likes Trump. I 100%.
I don't know about that one.
I can guarantee if he had to vote for one or the other, he's voting Trump.
He's definitely not voting Biden. That much. That much is true.
I lied to you. He might vote RFK.
He might vote RFK.
But if he has a mentality of third party never wins, definitely Trump.
Then he probably vote.
There's no way you're not.
Yeah, I know for a fact he wouldn't vote for Biden because he does explicitly say he's like the Democrats have made it out against Bitcoin against crypto. Yeah, he's like they're pulling their butt punches now because like they're letting them win some, lose some, but they're still against crypto.
Yeah.
So I thought that was like just interesting opinions that he was saying, and I was like, since we're talking about the whole Trump and David Bailey thing. So RFK gonna pardon Ross Ulbricht
As well. He's next in line to do so.
Mm-hmm.
While we're on that,
I was gonna say Trump and RFK should just go on the ballot together.
yeah, but they're not. The Winklevoss twins also donated 30 Bitcoin to Donald.
Oh yeah.
30
Bitcoin.
Yeah, I see here. Tyler,
That's close to like 2 million.
He posted. He goes, "I just donated 1 million in Bitcoin, 15.47 Bitcoin to the real Donald Trump, and will be voting for him in November. Here's why." And he outlines why. Oh. And the other brother probably donated the other half.
Wow. I mean, they got a lot of Bitcoin. They got Bitcoin to spare.
They do.
They definitely got Bitcoin to spare. Yeah, I mean, we said it. Biden did not make a good sense. Oh, actually, think about it. There's apparently going to be a debate.
Yeah, they're debating
next week.
Yeah, they're going to debate
on Thursday.
You know what it is that you're not here for to watch that together live?
Oh, because you're here.
I'm here.
I forgot you are going to be.
I leave next week.
I thought you were going to leave like tomorrow.
I would never do that to you.
I don't know.
I know you were leaving next week. That's why I was like so excited. We're going to do 2 podcasts together.
Damn. I told you this though beforehand.
You didn't give me a date. You said I'm leaving. I have this trip coming up.
Oh, okay.
He's going to Dominican Republic.
Yeah, I see. I thought I told you about
y'all
this.
know what he's gonna do over there.
What are you implying, William? Oh my god. Damn.
Marlito, you can beep that if you want.
William wants you to beep it so he doesn't feel embarrassed about saying that online.
You're right.
He said
another day, another dollar.
Yeah, another day. Nah.
I was on my way here. My sister goes, "How much you make from this?" And I went like this. I'm like, 0. My dad goes, "They just go there to talk shit." And I was like, "Yeah, sounds about right." That was my computer. My fault.
Sounds about right. Well, I'm gonna see if I could just start being more formal.
No booty hole licking?
No booty hole licking, William. No booty hole licking. That's not what we do out here. Toss no salads.
You're not tossing the salad. You're getting your salad tossed.
That's yeah. Well, we got another supporter of Bitcoin coming out in public.
Who is it? Of Bitcoin?
Of Bitcoin, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Trump, but who?
No, not supporter of Trump. Supporter of Bitcoin.
Who is it?
If this guy actually supports Trump, that might be kind of I don't know if he does or if he doesn't, but whatever. Dr. Jordan B. Peterson, the one and only infamous psychologist what is he, like a spokesperson? Not spokesperson.
He is a psychologist.
No, I know he's definitely a
They
psychologist.
tried to revoke that from him.
They're trying to revoke his.
They tried.
They tried.
I don't think they succeeded.
He's what's it called?
He's a speaker, philosopher.
Motivational speaker.
You can say that.
Philosopher, obviously. Yeah. This guy, I don't know. Some people say he's controversial. I don't know where the controversy comes from.
He does say a few things controversial.
I have not heard a single controversial.
I don't remember one right now, but they're just a little out there, which is fine.
I feel like typically what happens is he says things that people don't want to hear.
Not all of it. I heard one I don't remember. I was kind of.
That you're like that's a hot take.
I don't know. I mean, I see your point though. Like I'm not gonna say you're wrong, but I can't say you're right.
Okay. Well, I don't. I'll granted, I haven't seen all of his content. I don't know everything he says, but for the most part, from what I've seen, I haven't seen him say anything controversial.
I was gonna ask you something, but
I have seen a lot of his stuff though.
I was gonna ask you something, but if we say it on air and then we have to cut it later because I know we're not gonna want this out. I'd rather save it.
Let's save it. Unless you think it's gonna get some views.
I don't know. It might put us on a hot seat for later down the road.
Hot seat. That's fun, exciting. You want to roll some dice? Wait a minute. If we got nothing to be to be on the hot seat for later down the road, what's the point of doing anything? He's like, I don't know about this one. So man, William's actually nervous right now, guy.
Because it's one of those things that it gets hot topics.
Okay. I have no idea what we were thinking about.
It's kind of like the same way we go sometimes. Is Andrew Tate wrong or right?
Bro, Andrew Tate the other day was wild.
What did he say?
Yeah, I can't say it. Like, I literally can't say it.
I mean, I've heard what he says. Like, some of them are wild. Like, the women driving?
No.
Those are funny.
No.
Sometimes they're wild.
The thing is, he uses a slur on this one. So I was
he says the N-word.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is that the one that he goes like, I am an N-word?
No. Juneteenth isn't a real holiday. It's ratchet bullshit.
N-words.
Yeah. In there.
Yo, I just realized.
So I was like, Tate, that's not a good one, dog.
That's kind of wild.
That's not a good one. And I can see why he gets hated on. Like I could honestly see why he gets hated on.
Yeah.
Oh, so this person actually says, I can't read her name because it's in Arabic, I think. Andrew Tate is a piece of shit, racist, and a pedophile. I don't know about that last one. I could say he's probably a piece of shit because most people are.
Piece of shit, racist. I mean, I wouldn't say he isn't. He said he is.
Yeah, exactly.
He said he is.
Oh, he said he's racist?
He has said he's racist.
Oh, interesting.
But then he goes, and I also have more diverse friends than anyone here saying I am.
That's probably true. Also,
and that's also funny.
If I see you retweet him or put him on some ridiculous celebrities for Palestine list, I will block you instantly. Oh,
well, why wouldn't you want him for Palestine? He is a Muslim with influence.
I don't know the whole Palestine thing, and
I just find that one kind of dumb. Like, he is Muslim.
Mm-hmm. He is Muslim.
So, like, why would you want the most influential, famous guy on your team? My opinion.
I don't know. So he's like for Palestine?
Well, he's for Muslims. Okay.
Oh, because Israel's for Jews. I see.
That's what I'm saying.
I see. What
I mean, maybe he's not. Maybe he's like, fuck him. I don't know.
I don't know what his take.
Again, I told you we might get canceled for this.
He's definitely controversial. So that's why I was like, if you asked me, I asked you if you saw that one, because that one was a hot take. That one's not. That's not a hot take.
The ones I see mainly are like those. Mind you, if you get them, it's because you've watched these things more than once. I'm putting myself out there.
What?
The reason if you get those reels or those clips is because you've seen multiple. And
you've
actually watched it through the end.
Okay, so you're saying you don't want to say it because you're gonna put your feed on the hot seat.
Well, my feed's already on the hot seat. It's already there. What can I say? It comes up. Sometimes it laughs. Sometimes I'm like, damn.
You're like,
it is what it is.
Jeez Louise.
I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna say he's a great guy, but would I have him on? Certainly.
This is completely irrelevant to everything, and this is just me talking absolute crap.
We went on an entire tangent.
Wait a minute. If you think we've been on a tangent,
Daddy dumped. By the way, just to be clear.
Daddy dumped.
Yeah, so did Mother. They called the crash. All right, continue. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Okay. No, this one's. Well, what happened to Daddy? No. My thing was completely irrelevant.
No, go for it.
It's completely irrelevant.
I want to hear now.
I'm looking at this picture of this person going on tour, and this person was completely off my radar until I started seeing videos of her, and now I'm realizing she's very pretty. Sabrina Carpenter, super pretty girl.
So moving on from Andrew Tate and his menace to society-ness.
Yes, the guy is a menace.
Or he isn't, whatever. So, reading this from Marty Party.
Marty Party.
Official is on Twitter. Official. SEC Gov letter standing down on proof of stake blockchain tokens being securities. So the letter states in here, this is to Consensus. In the matter of Ethereum 2.0, dear Mr. Schwartz, this is a sentence within the paragraph, just to make it simple. We do not intend to recommend an enforcement action by the commission against your client's Consensus software.
Oh, so Consensus is off the hook.
Yeah.
No longer being under investigation or under some type of legal action from the SEC?
Yeah.
And
yes.
Essentially, the SEC was going after Consensus for what?
They're going after Consensus for MetaMask.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're the
yes,
they're
specifically operations with MetaMask.
Operations with MetaMask because there is no KYCs to MetaMask.
Mm-hmm. But why would MetaMask require the KYC?
That's why the SEC was going after it.
Saying that
broker dealer, whatever you want to call it, holding securities, whatever.
Holding securities,
like, you know. Mm-hmm. But yeah. On that note, the SEC also dropped its lawsuit or its investigation into ETH. That's why we saw that pump on ETH a few days back when it happened. Big moves ahead.
So essentially, the SEC will not be bringing charges for the allegation of ETH sales are security transactions.
No, not as of yet. At least they stopped investigating, so we'll go from there.
So
also, it's really hard to do that when you just approved an ETF.
An ETF, yeah.
So it's like, what are you doing here?
So it
is a securities, but you're approving an ETF on it.
Is it safe to say that the SEC declares ETH a commodity?
Yes, by doing so, it is declared a commodity.
You heard it here, guys.
Pretty much.
The SEC has officially said ETH is a commodity. Not word for word, but
in their lawyer writing.
It's implied.
Also, we're not lawyers, so take it with a fat grain of salt.
If you are a lawyer, tell us why we're right, or why we're wrong.
Because honestly, who knows?
But,
I can't speak 100% of it.
It looks like to me, ETH is a commodity.
It does seem like that. I will agree with you.
That means buy and sell all the ETH you want because they can't tell you can't.
This man. Yes. Correct. But yeah, that's another thing that happened this week, which is big push. What else you got for us?
Yeah. I was about to get into a whole anti-government rant or something. Not necessarily.
I'm not allowing you to do that right now.
I was like, I'm only here on this world to for two things: make some money
and make some babies,
and stick it to the man.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say make babies, but yeah, okay. More power to you, buddy.
Yeah, that's good news for ETH. Do you think that that's gonna pump anything ridiculously high?
No, not right now. Not in the current state of the market. We're in that ugly phase of sideways downwards movement.
Yeah.
Until we don't break that, not much is gonna happen.
And the likelihood of that,
which also just to add this, the cycle has slowed down quite a bit since halvening,
the what?
The cycle has slowed down quite a bit since after halvening.
As in, what do you mean by slowed down? Like the volume has been slow.
Oh, in terms of we got to 73,000 very quickly.
Yeah.
In terms of the time frame after approval and everything, we got there very fast. Having happened, and we've been in this range for quite a while now after halvening, which is very typical, but not expected since of that big push.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we did do something this cycle that we didn't do any cycle before that.
That's what I literally just said.
Yeah, and that.
I said the accelerated part.
Yeah. Okay, you meant okay, makes sense. Sorry, William. You know, I get my brain farts.
You have a T.
I have a T.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Don't worry about it. Be off air.
This guy's always saying things to me. I don't even know what he says sometimes. But that's why we just have what just happened.
So what do you have for us?
So I'm just trying to. I not crypto related. I just found out that the guy from Hunger Games,
Okay.
President Snow, just died.
Oh yeah.
I don't know his name.
I saw it today. Andrew Sutherland. George Sutherland.
I
know it's Sutherland.
Donald Sutherland.
Damn, I was off. My fault, Holmes.
It's Sutherland was accurate.
R.I.P. to the big dog.
Yeah. So that's trending on Twitter right now. That's how I found out about that.
Oh, look at that.
Did we talk about the? Yeah, we did. We talked about the Van Eyck ETF.
We didn't talk about it.
We didn't talk about that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Sure we talked about Bitcoin. Yeah, 100%. Okay, just in case we haven't talked about it. The Van Eyck Bitcoin ETF got approved and went live in the Australian Stock Exchange. My bad. Australian Securities Exchange, not stock. This exchange accounts for 90% of the country's equities market. And so we would assume that the VBTC, Van Eyck Bitcoin ETF, would have a fair amount of exposure. And it did. It rose 1% on opening. And it traded 99,791 shares. Just for
how many?
99,791 shares.
That's a good amount of shares.
Yeah, trading at about $20.
Why so low? What?
So essentially, the ETF, ETF feeds into the American-based ETF. That's
why is it so cheap?
Hosted in the Chicago Board Options Exchange.
Do you know why it's so cheap?
So it's probably not like a 1-to-1 thing. It's ratioed.
Gotcha.
That's the only thing that would make sense. So the Van Eyck Bitcoin ETF gives the Australian investors exposure to the Bitcoin trust in the U.S., which is ticker symbol HODL. So that's kind of how that works. That's the news that we were talking about a while ago, and it just went live.
Okay, cool.
And then something that I found out recently is that the Vatican is issuing soul-bound NFTs to some donors.
What?
Mm-hmm. So, soul-bound tokens, essentially being a NFT that once it gets sent, it cannot leave that wallet's address.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. So it's like, there's like a function within the code saying, send to one person, and then after that, once that limit's reached,
gone.
Okay.
Before we move on from that ETF thing,
Van Eyck.
I have it here. Is it this? Yeah. So I forgot to add this. Deutsche Telekom, I think this happened last week, has announced that it will begin mining Bitcoin and running Bitcoin nodes as well. So this is the German telecom giant, runs nodes for many crypto projects, and most recently Fetch.ai. Deutsche Telekom also a validator on Polygon's POS chain since June 2023.
Wow.
Slowly but surely, Bitcoin and everything else is just getting mass adoption.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Whether we want it or not. I mean, whether the people want it or not.
I think President Milei of Argentina said something about how he wants an open currency market.
Yeah, he does.
That's insane.
Yeah, he just goes, if you want to use it, use it.
Yeah.
Also, that's kind of wild. How would you how would that work?
You like, it doesn't matter what currency.
You just accept it all?
Yeah.
That means every processor has to take everything.
If you want to. Not has to. She's not forcing you to accept everything.
Yeah, but if you're a business, you would mainly want to accept dollars for sure.
Dollars would be out there.
If you're a business, you want to accept dollars, euros.
Maybe.
No.
Argentina? Euros.
You would want to accept euros.
For sure.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin sounds...
On top of that, stable coins, but that's it would make the most sense.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Bro, Argentina right now is a shit show.
Argentina...
My dad's been watching news on it. Bro, that shit looks like a hot mess.
Really? What's going on?
But it's I'm going to say it because that's what they're calling it, not me. Mm-hmm. They're saying all these leftists don't want to work.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're protesting not to work. At least that's what I've been told. I haven't watched it myself. Mm-hmm. But it's like...
I mean, but that's the reason why he wanted to get rid of half the government.
Yes.
That's literally exactly what...
I don't know. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm just saying it's a shit show.
That people in government... Essentially, the whole ideology behind his actions is people in government will hire more people to do the job for them and charge more taxpayer money so that they could pay the people to do the job for them.
Yeah.
And then at some point, someone under that is going to try to hire someone else to do the job for them, the job that they're supposed to do.
And they're getting stipend, they're getting paid not to work either.
And essentially what happens is we have this big ass, I want to say ghost government, but ghost isn't necessarily the right word, inflated entity where there's a lot of people working in there that aren't actually doing anything of sustenance.
Yeah.
And therefore we gotta pay all these salaries when no one's doing any work. So cut them all in half is what he did. Or more than half. He got rid of a bunch of agencies. Got a bunch of government offices.
He did what Vivek wanted to do.
And what Elon recommends doing.
Awesome.
In businesses, at least.
But Elon's rule is take away so much that you have to bring things back. Mm-hmm. If you haven't removed enough that you have to bring things back, if you haven't removed enough to where things have to come back, you have to keep on removing. Mm-hmm. Essentially. Yeah,
there's still fluff.
Too much fluff.
There's still fluff.
Until you go, you know what? This is important.
We need this. Until you start feeling some pain and you're like, you know what?
Which is what he did with Twitter. He got rid of everything. Mm-hmm. He goes, okay, you know what? We need these coders. Mm-hmm. This one.
But you brought back the ones that he needed. He needed.
Yeah, 100%.
So essentially, yeah, that's pretty much what Malay did over there. But I didn't know there was such an issue over there with people not wanting to work.
Pretty bad.
That's crazy. I wasn't aware of that.
And Bitcoin's dumping a little bit just now, by the way. 64.6. It's on a 618 fib. Fun stuff. We'll see what happens. Yeah. What else?
So I never really explained this whole Vatican thing. So the Vatican's trying to bring in some money. That's what this is, a campaign to generate some funds. And the project is aimed towards expanding the online community for the Vatican, seeing how a lot of people are younger now and more technologically inclined. They're trying to raise some funds to preserve their manuscripts, and part of this...
They need more funding? They need funding? The Vatican?
The Vatican always needs funding, man.
These people.
They're a country. It's a church.
They're a country.
They are the smallest country.
Yeah.
But yes, they are a country. So would every church be considered a...
No.
No?
No. They're one of the only churches, if I'm not mistaken, that...
No. What I mean is, does every Catholic church act as a... What's that? Like an emissary? What's the word?
An embassy?
Embassy. Like you step into the Vatican, you're exempt from all... you're protected by the Vatican.
Yes, you are.
Oh, wow.
You are
it's true, because you could confess the crimes in the Vatican and they're not gonna arrest you.
No.
But then if you step out, then they can arrest you because you're no longer protected by...
Yeah.
Wow. Look at that.
Yeah. I don't know if I should say this. But
William, that's 2 times already.
I think
today.
this was on Rogan. I don't
think
remember where it was.
I'll accept the 1, but you can't admit 2.
Okay.
You can't admit 2.
Okay, I'm sorry. Continue.
So what's going on with Rogan?
I don't know if this. I don't remember where I heard it, but they said that's why all the pedophiles are there.
Oh shit. That's not wrong though.
I mean,
It's not.
they are the altar boy touchers.
There's no altar boys if it's not in a church.
Yep.
Yeah, that is one of the issues that the church has. Most churches have.
Yes.
It's not just the Catholic one being the largest one, most prevalent, obviously. Ugh, crazy. What's Bitcoin dumping down to?
Nah, it's still there. It's at 67.44. I mean 64,744. $64,744. I'm really watching Injective more so than Bitcoin, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
I have Injective trade open. I took profits on today. I added back. I thought it was low, but it kept on going down. So now I'm debating if I add more at this bottom or way lower. But not the point. Yeah. What else you want to? Or what time are we at?
We're at an hour. Hold on. I think I just saw a tweet that seemed interesting. June 19th. So yesterday, this guy tweeted, Lark Davis. On this day, exactly 13 years ago, Bitcoin flash crashed from $17 to below 1 cent. If you had bought $100 of Bitcoin during the crash, it'd be worth $650 million today. 13 years ago, a flash crash from $17 to below.
How long would it have lasted?
1 cent flash. It was probably super fast.
That's like I saw a picture of a tweet and it was a competition, and it was first, second, third. It was like 1 through 8, and the top 5 got cash prizes, and like the last ones got 25, 50, 25, like Bitcoin.
Yeah. They got Bitcoin.
And then the tweet said, "If only they knew."
If only they knew. Yeah, those Bitcoins were worth way more. Bro, those people probably lost their Bitcoin wallets.
Yeah. So many.
Saying they're like, oh, they're just some worthless thing.
Alrighty. I think last thing I want to touch on was so Jupiter, a large exchange on Solana, is the the community proposed to burn 30% of the remaining supply, and instead of having a third airdrop, no third airdrop, and just keeping promise to the rest of the airdrops coming for the future.
Wow, 30%.
Yeah, and it would be coming from the founders, developer tokens.
Okay.
So it wouldn't affect anything.
It wouldn't affect like the other people.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because one of the concerns would be like, are they just gonna erase 30% of which? It's kind of crazy because
it will take the supply from 10 billion to 7.
Okay. Yeah.
It's still being proposed, so we'll see. I'm not against it.
Not against it.
No. Gummy, the third airdrop or whatever was left, the last 200 million was burned.
Was burned?
Yeah.
Why? So they could try to bring in value?
Yeah, it's dumb. It's at 38 cents. I mean, at 3 cents.
At 3 cents?
Yeah.
Damn.
From 22.
From 22?
Rand's argument, which is a fair argument, goes, there was no pre-sale. There wasn't nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You just got free tokens. Literally free money. He goes, what did you expect?
But where did the value come from?
People buying at the time.
At the time, people bought.
People bought 20 cents.
Mm-hmm. And someone just dumped.
Everyone
dumped.
Everyone started to sell. And that's why it's at 3 cents.
Okay.
But there is still things going on. They're creating gummy games as well, and like other things. So we'll see. Baked's coming out at the end of the month. The baked token.
Baked token? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it probably still has some potential.
I wouldn't say it doesn't.
Yeah, you wouldn't say it doesn't.
I would wait for
that's their baby. They're like
and he does say one thing. He goes, "This is a purely full community token. You can do whatever you want with it.
Oh, fun.
Like he's not. He's like whatever. So essentially, I think what he's saying is you can go same as Bored Ape Yacht Club has ape coin. You can use it within things. He goes, you can create a thing and just accept Gummy as a form of payment. On that, I bring up Bored Ape Yacht Club just to say the price has fallen from 150 ETH to 80 ETH for Bored Apes.
That hurts. That hurts significantly.
That's, yeah.
Good for the people who sold the tops. Yep. Yeah, because who would have thought? Honestly,
I didn't think so.
Bored Ape Yacht Club was the only one that seemed like it
would survive.
In
my opinion, yeah.
And stay around.
I'm with you.
As long as
we learned lessons for sure.
Yeah.
Well,
without being burnt.
Without being burned, if we learned a couple lessons, nothing is impossible. Yet.
Nothing is impossible.
Zero is always real.
Damn, that's a term.
Zero is always real.
That is definitely a term. Jeez. Yeah, Bored Ape. They've been around for a while. They're the first to do what they did, pretty much, and get as big as they did. If their community is active, but like I feel like their community is just like sour. Maybe.
I don't think it's just sour. I think it's also what they didn't have enough of the other side, actually, like the gaming side of it and that ecosystem built out
quick enough
before the release.
Oh, okay.
There should have been more built out before doing it, in my opinion, and maybe that would have been the thing. Also, we are in a downturn right now in the market, so who knows? But from this chart I'm looking at, it's just been steadily coming down.
Yeah, that's pretty hard to come back from, at least to where it was. Mind you, the Bored Ape Yacht Club was kind of like a huge fad. Like a lot of celebrities were buying this last season.
That's one of the things they're saying. Like, not they're saying. I will hypothesize is a lot of celebrity is what pumped the price up that run.
It was celebrity after celebrity after celebrity.
Whether it was real price, whether it was their ETH and their actual money being put up or not is a different story. But maybe that's it. But now we know it can all go down.
Was Bored Ape Yacht Club the ultimate rug?
And not rugged by founders?
That's
maybe.
Yeah, man, they're so cute. They're nice. I like them.
They're not ugly. They're
not ugly.
Yeah.
Start buying up
the crumbs.
Yeah. And then specifically ones owned by the celebrities. You just make a museum. It's like, oh, this Bored Ape was made by this. This one's owned by this person.
Yeah. Well, it's a shit show of a market.
Yeah, that's for sure.
We're sorry these things drag on sometimes.
This is death incarnate. The market, not this podcast.
Maybe the podcast too. I wouldn't bet your luck against it either.
Well, thank you guys for tuning in.
It's been a fun one.
Of your favorite crypto podcast.
Sometimes crypto.
The Unscripted.
Wait. Like, subscribe, follow, hit the notification bell. We respond to comments.
Yep, we do. Share, comment, follow, subscribe. You got them all.
We're out.
Peace.